Gunmen have opened fire on a NATO convoy near Islamabad, killing 7 people and setting a number of vehicles on fire before escaping. It's an unprecedented attack because of its proximity to Pakistan's capital. The assault took place 10 kilometers from Islamabad on the road to Peshawar. NATO supply convoys often use the route and routinely come under fire, but never before in that area.
A truck stop outside Islamabad become a scene of carnage. Islamic militants have hit such convoys before, but never so close to the capital. At least 20 trucks were set on fire, many drivers killed, and millions of dollars of military equipment went up in smoke. Pointing out the bullet holes in his truck, one driver described how he narrowly escaped.
I overheard them while sitting in my truck, and they were saying, "Kill the drivers, don't spare them, torch the vehicles, shoot every driver who tries to flee, don't let anyone run off."
Witnesses said about a dozen attackers arrived in 2 cars and on motorbikes. This road between the seaport of Karachi and Afghanistan is a vital supply line for NATO forces. About 3/4 of all the vehicles, food and fuel they need for operations against the Taliban travel via Pakistan. It's a lucrative business for the drivers, but it angers those Pakistanis upset at Western military attacks in Afghanistan and the border region. The alliance has been searching out alternative routes via Russia and Central Asia. This attack will spur their efforts to get them moving. Bill Hayton, BBC News.
Let's take you straight to Islamabad and join our correspondent there, Ola Guerin. Ola, how concerning is it that this happened so close to the capital?
Well, I think this will ring alarm bells because of the location. It was less than half an hour's drive from the capital city, the seat of government, a city where security forces are supposed to be on permanent alert, where there are permanent checkpoints in position on the roads leading in and out. But it's another reminder that the militants retain the ability to strike in spite of a rolling series of offensives by the Pakistani army that have been taking place in the tribal areas for more than a year now.
Presumably not an easy thing either, Ola, to secure alternative routes to Afghanistan.
Well, this has been the problem for NATO commanders. They've been looking for a number of years. This particular route has always been vulnerable to attack. It's regularly targeted by Pakistani militants, usually the Pakistani Taliban. They have tended in the past to focus their strikes on areas closer to the Afghan border, particularly the Khyber Pass itself, which is the artery that feeds into Afghanistan. They've managed to close that a number of times with attacks on convoys and by blowing up a bridge. And convoys have been targeted in the frontier city of Peshawar. At this time, the militants have come a step closer to Islamabad, but it's a familiar pattern for commanders in Afghanistan. They've been casting around for alternative routes. They are able to bring non-lethal supplies in a variety of ways through Central Asian republics, but they still rely on this lifeline in Pakistan, and once again, it's been shown to be vulnerable.
Ola, thanks for updating us from Islamabad.